Yeah, so it goes on then too. Especially in the exam season, it's hard to keep track of too many different things apart from what you had to do sometimes. But you never know.
After that week of the bulk of my exams, at some point,
Week one?
Oh yeah, week one.
Yeah, week one.
When I finished up my exams, I was clearing out stuff from my notes because it was destroying my phone to have all that there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But I accidentally deleted the notes where I put the image of my timetable I made.
God.
So it wasn't on my screen, so I had to
No
go
bueno.
into my gallery every time I wanted it.
Right.
So it got annoying. So it reached
I would
a point
imagine.
where I just was like, you know what, mother, if I have an exam, you'll tell me, and I'll show up.
For sure. Can I not just get an arrow on this thing here? Why have to go off? Alright, here's Christina. Hey Christina, good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm good.
Alright, now literally gonna start. So you're kinda on time there. So the usual things. I was just wanting Keaton and those here. I might call on you all to give me some input. Just trying to keep you all here on your toes. Alright, so folks, good afternoon. So we're here for 2 sessions today, 2020 and 2021 May. Tomorrow is 2022 and 2023 May. Alright, I have this stuff printed already, so just a staple 2021, but again, we'll do that between class. If I might have some volunteers. Right, so again, just going to try to walk through as much as we can, relatively simply, and try and give you all some tips and tricks to work out the questions that require some calculations, because as we know, we're not allowed to use calculators in paper 1, all right? Yeah, so we will sort that out. Let me just check a couple of settings on my devices here. Okay, right, so let's back up. Unknown shy, thanks very much. Oh, this wasn't even engaged. Wow, right. Well, they were still hearing me, so that's not a problem. All right. So yeah, so you all know the basic protocol, how I organize the business. So let's proceed. All right. So minus 3 squared plus minus 2 squared. All right. So quick question. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I think I'll do the same thing I was doing in the the accounts class. Keep accounts. Hey, Alright, okay, well that's all right.
Yeah.
Well, you're in good time here because I'm not gonna start. Yeah, so you didn't miss anything. And maybe you could start more off here as I have here, right? So with question 1, what we're seeing is we have 1 second, again this issue where it's selecting the whole page, right? So we have minus 3 squared plus minus 2 squared, right? When you square something, what are you actually doing to the item? Good. And if you multiply a negative item by itself, you're gonna get a right. So minus 3 by minus 3 is positive 9, and minus 2 by minus 2 is 4. And 9 and 4 will simply give us 13. Very good. Thank you very much. Right, so number 1 is D. Let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, cool. All right, so Caitlin, I'm there with you now. Let me just get my pen color and see if I could select right. No? Right. So what is the value of the digit 2 in the number 4, the 8.621? Yes, that's the hundredths column. That's correct. Right, so you have your tens, 4 tens are 48, 8 ones are 8, and you have 6 tenths and 2 hundredths. Lovely. Cool, 2 hundredths, that's option A. Right, as somebody else too? Sorry, Kalia, sorry, could I trouble to open the door there for me? Most hated fire, boy. Is it fire or fear? All right. Hey, Samara, how are you going? I have a paper there for you already. By Caitlin. All right, we now start with only the first 2 questions, and both of them are repeats anyway. The first one was, I think, one from yesterday says minus 3 squared plus minus 2 squared. First question yesterday. And we just did the 48.621 was the value of the 2 hundredths. So we know. Oh, no, that's fine. And if you want to eat, you could go ahead, there's no problem. Right? But as you reach limit, oh yeah, okay, when you come back. Yeah. All right, okay, so Genevieve, so using the distributive property, what would this item here be? Hold on 1 second. Yeah, good. 1 second, guys. No, I don't have any worksheet with measurement, but the volume 1. Let's see the circles that are this plane circle. So what happens over? You said that's 1.5. So Genevieve, you want this question or number 4? Number 4? All right, cool. All right, so Samara, I'll come back to you there. So number 3 is yours. So using the distributive property, right? So they have 49 by 17 plus 49 by 3. What's the common factor there? No, well, okay, hold on. Let's put in some brackets. 49. So if you pull out 49, what will go in the brackets? Plus 3, right? And what is 17 plus 3? 20. So which option is the correct option here? A, B, C, or D? A? There you go. All right, thank you very much. All right. Okay, Genevieve, as you requested number 4, here it is. So a total of 540 beads is shared in the ratio 4:5. The larger share of beads. Okay, so what do we do when we have ratios in numbers? We add them. So 4 plus 5 will give us 9. So it's a 4/9 and a 5/9 split, right? So which share is the larger share? 4/9 or 5/9? 5/9. So we're going to take 5 over 9 and multiply by 540, right? So 9 goes into 54 how many times? 6. So you have 9 into 540 is 60, right? And 5 by 60 will give us? Very good. Thank you very much. 3 horn. All right. 5 below? No. Okay, cool. So number 1 is 13. That's correct. Okay. Number 4? We just do it. Yeah. C. 300. Right. Cool. Sorry, one sec. I have this big dialog box blocking off on Google Meet. Sorry. Did this paper this morning. Hey, vibe, what's going on? You mean C? No problem. All right. All right, clear. Number 5 here. So the 1.45 written as a common fraction. So how do you convert a decimal to a fraction? Do you remember? Right, that's correct, yeah. So what we would do, whoops, hold on, let me change back to my point. Right, so in case anybody rusty, if they give you a decimal and they want you to express it as a fraction, under the point you put a 1, and for every digit behind there, you put a 0. And then basically you convert this to 45 over 100, right? And then of course you could cancel along. 5 could go into both of them. 5 into 45 goes 9 times, and 5 into 100 goes 20 times. Right, number 5 is A. Small man, very good, small man. All right, thank you, Kalia. All right, Vibes 5 is A. Yes, that's correct. What, all you on the ball, boy? Okay. Dan, so, okay, this question, actually, I like it, but it annoys me at the same time. I'm sure you all feel. Right, see, that's the problem. I guess who home? Right. I'm trying to figure out like a shortcut or some kind of intuitive way to work this, but right. Dan sold 40 concert tickets in 5 days. So you might think, okay, 40 divided by 5 is 8, right? And that's the answer. So but you read the rest of the question first. Each day, he sold 3 more tickets than the previous day. So like, okay, well, he can't sell 8 every day because the number of...
Yeah, you have to start, you have to start before, right? But
Right.
5 doesn't hit it because that's 5, 8, 11, 14.
Right.
And that's 38.
Right.
So that's too low.
Right.
But I think I did 6 rounds. I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I did 6 rounds. Hold up.
Right. Now, they want the number of tickets he sold on the 3rd day. Eh? All right. So, Vibe saying is A. All right, Vibes. Let me see.
So it can't be, and it can't be 6.
Be B. All right. It can't be. Uh-huh.
But 6, right? 6
All right.
would be 6, 9, 12, 15, right?
Well, 12 is not an option.
Yeah, and 12 is an option.
Right.
So where do we go from there?
Okay. So, maths people, you all recognize what kind of progression this is, right? If you increase by 3 every day as an AP. Now, obviously, that's not something that the regular maths people know about. But we do know about the patterns and sequences. Now, check it. If you're not sure how to go about starting, ask yourself, okay, what are they asking me for? The number of tickets sold in the 30. So let's just imagine you started on a Monday. So you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So Wednesday is obviously the 30, right? So let's start with 8, right? So if you sold 8 on the 3rd day, it means the day before you sold 5, because remember, it's increasing by 3 every day. So if you want to know, hey, how much did I sell yesterday? Well, how many have I sold today? I'll just subtract 3, right? So if I sold 8 on Wednesday, on Tuesday I sold 5, which means Monday I sold 2. If I progress here, 11 and then 14. If I add up everything here, 2 and 5 is 7, 7 and 8 is 15, 15 and 11 is 26, and 26 and 14 is 40. So there you go. So it happened to work out with A this time, right? Happened to work out with A. So that's what I would say. If you're ever in doubt and you need to go and nothing intuitive is coming to you, then you're going to have to power through it. You're going to have to figure out a logical thing to do long ways, right? But always remember, you have a minute and a half, right? You have 90 minutes, you have 60 questions, you have a minute and a half to play with. And some of the questions you're blazing through because we see them enough times before, right? I think this is the first time I saw this question on the paper. All right, okay, so we know that number 6 is A. That is correct. So vibes, it was on the ball there, man. Nice, cool. There we go again. Okay, okay. Any questions, anybody on number 6? Are you okay with it? All right, cool. All right. Now, item 7 refers to the following Venn diagram, which shows the number of members of a sports club who play rugby or basketball. And as we could see here, some people play rugby and basketball. Okay, no problem. That's perfectly fine. The number of members who play rugby but not basketball. Okay, let me see if I could bring in my Google Meet people. So Google Meet. So Christina, right? What are your thoughts on this question? How many people, based on the diagram, play rugby but not basketball? Any ideas?
I believe it is B15.
That is correct. Exactly. So rugby but not basketball. Simple as that. Good job. Thank you very much. Right. Right. So that's the first page. So everybody is okay with the first page. All right. So in class, people, are we okay with the first page? Any questions? Anybody? Anything? No? All right. So Christina and Olivier, just kindly give me a G in the chat, right? So my online people, if you guys are good with that, give me a G in the chat and we could progress. Okay. Cool. Lovely. Hey, Adriel. I had a student named Adriel in COVID. Okay. So we come back to some sets here, boy. All right. Olivier. Right? Even if you don't want to use your mic, you could always type the response in the chat, right? What you're thinking for this one, boy? The shaded region represents what? Right? If you're not sure, you could just put N. Right? N. Okay, no problems. So the shaded region. So are you okay? And are you seeing that this piece here is actually unshaded? Right? So what they have shaded is they shaded everything outside of P. Now, everything outside of P is what we call P complement, right? And that is option A, right? So everything outside of P is P complement, all right? I hope you give me a G, Oli, if you're good with that. If you need me to re-explain, that's not a problem, give me an R. But if you're good, give me a G. Okay, cool, lovely. Okay, now this one here, item 9 to 10 refers to the following Venn diagram, which shows the universal set U and two sets T and C that represent the students in a class who play tennis and chess, right? Now, the interesting thing that we are noticing here is that the... Whoa. Go back.
What was the question? Something on
A, P complement. All right. It's here. What's going on? Yeah. All right. Right. So again, the interesting thing that we are noticing is that the set C is perfectly contained inside of set T. So the people who play chess, right? Everybody who plays chess also plays tennis. Remember that when we had the dogs and the cats and every cat owner was a dog owner? So all they changed here was C and T. Instead of C and D for cats and dogs, they changed T to D. That's all, right? How many students play both games? Well, that's just Paul and Rima. So Paul and Rima are the only two people who play chess, right? And if you play chess, as you can see here, everybody who plays chess also plays tennis. But you have people outside of set C, so Ali, Alex, Tom, and Kayla, who play tennis but do not also play chess. And then you have Dora, Chaz, and Doug who play neither chess nor tennis. Chess nor tennis. I said that right? Chess nor tennis. Right, okay, cool. So the answer here is simply 2. Right, there's no working involved, it's just that you have to look at your diagram and see what is there. All right, so that's 8 and 9. So again, I know these sets questions may be a little weak for some people because, again, they don't often do sets in school to any great degree because it's no longer in paper 2. How many students play exactly one game? Okay, we'll go back to the diagram. Right, so that's not a problem because we were just talking about that, right? So we said Ali, Alex, Kayla, and Tom are the people who are also in set T but not in the chest, not inside the pink. So how many is that? That's 4 people, right? All right, cool. All right, so that's 4 people. That's option C. Uh-huh. Sorry, one sec. Wait, hold on, Kevin? No, Kevin, sorry. Right. Okay, cool. Sorry. Okay. Item 11 refers to the following information on a description of 3 sets: prime numbers, odd numbers, even. So again, this is a kind of revision or a remix of a question they brought previously with the disjoint sets. Disjoint sets are sets that have no elements in common, no intersection, sorry. Right? So here, which of the following sets is empty, which it means which sets they're going to list here have no common elements. So we could jump straight to item D, Q intersect R, right? First things first, you could eliminate B. P union Q, even if they are disjoint, if you unite them, you're simply cramming all the elements from both sets together. Sorry, could you get that for me? All right. Hey, it's enough. How are you doing? Yeah, if you want, you can sit on my room now. I have your paper here, so if you can just pass it down for her. Mr. Seretsu, good afternoon. All right, yeah, just pass it down. Yeah, so we on the May 2020. We are on question 11. Mostly repeats. There was one new thing so far that was interesting. Let me finish this page and I'll go back to it, right? Okay. So where was I? Right. Empty sets. So first of all, P union Q could almost, unless P and Q are empty sets and you put 2 empty sets together to get more emptiness, then no, right? Intersect R. So prime and even. There's only one prime number that is also even. Anybody know what number that is? 2. 2 is the only even prime number because all other even numbers are divisible by 2, which of course will then defeat the definition of them being prime, which is what? They have only how many factors? 2, 1 and itself. So P intersect R is not empty. P union Q, not empty. P intersect Q, prime and odd. Well, think about it. If the only prime number that is even is 2, it means all other prime numbers have to be odd. So P intersect Q is an infinite set. So by elimination, option D, right, is the answer. But again, if you look at it, odd numbers intersect even. Are there any odd numbers that are also even? No. Those are 2 complementary sets. They are I wouldn't say opposites, but they are complementary. If you are 1, it automatically excludes you from being the other. It's binary, right? Even numbers are perfectly divisible by 2. Odd numbers are not. All right. Okay. Number 12. One second, just change this back to this and go here. Right. Okay, we've seen ones like this before, right? So the number of elements in A is 14, number of B is 15, number in A intersect B is 6. So the number in A union B. Okay, so if you smush together A and B, you might say, well, we have 29 items. But don't forget an intersection where you have elements in common. And if you have the same elements common in both sets and you unite them, you can't count the common elements twice. So you have to subtract the number of elements in the intersection. So this would be 14, which is the number in A, plus 15, number in B, minus 6. 14 and 15 is 29, then minus 6 is 23. Okay, 23. All right. And number 13, a dress which costs 180 is being sold at a discount of 10%. The amount of the discount is. All right, so that one is relatively easy. So tell me the answer. See? Okay. So was he working? Sorry. Was he working? Right. There you go. 10% of 180 is, well, you knock off a 0, right? So that's $18. So that's option C. Very good. Okay. All right, so that's the end of page 2, ladies and gents. All right, ladies and gents, there's only one guy on the inside. Well, I'm not sure who else, right, apart from Ollie. Okay, and in class, people, are we okay with this page? Any questions, anybody, anything? Clear, sorry, you can just turn the key in the lock. Thanks. Oh, I get one of them clicky things. All right, and Olivier and Christina's kindly give me a Genie chat if you're good with that. All right, more online people, if you're good with that, give me a Genie chat. If you need me to re-explain anything, give me an R. All right, I get my G's, there we go. 14 was there too. A dinner at a restaurant was advertised as 60 plus 18 tax. Yeah. The total bill for this dinner was. All right, cool. So we have to find the tax and add it on to the dinner, right? Let's go. Right, so we could do 60. Now, check it. You can either find 18% of 60 or 60% of 18 because percentages are reversible, right? So you can do 18 over 100 by 60. Right? Right, so yeah, you could do that however you want. Or you could do 60 by 0.18. You could do 1.8 by 6, right? Either way you take it, you're going to get $10.80. All right, and if you add 1080 onto 60, add the 60, you're going to get a total of 70 and 80 cents. So that's option A. Option B. Wow. All right, cool. All right, the cost price of a refrigerator is $18.50. A buyer who is given a discount of 5% for a cash purchase will pay. Okay, so you're given a discount of 5% for cash. Okay, so we have to find 5. So what do we do with the discount? Do we add it or subtract it? We subtract. So we have to find 5% of $18.50. Right, now 5 goes into 100 20 times. That 0 could cancel that, and now it's just 2 into 185. So 2 into 18 goes 9 times. 2 into 5 goes 2 times, remainder 1. And then 2 into 1 goes 0.5 times, so 92. So that's the discount. And with that now we have to subtract that from the original price of $18.50. So now first things first, we could automatically eliminate which items here? A and B. How come we could eliminate A? A is actually more than the cost price, right? So we know if we discount in, we have to do what? Subtract. So you're obviously going to get a lower price. So A is out. B, 1850 to 1845 is $5. 5% to 1850 cannot be $5, right? So that's out as well. So you're back down to 1757 and 1350. Which one there seems more likely? Because to go from 1850 to 1350, that's $500. Is 5% of 1850 500? Probably not. So I think we could kind of guess that one here. So 9250. So yeah, so 1757 and 50 cents. Right. So you see, we could actually have worked it out without doing any working if you thought it through. Right? Now you could do that for some questions, not necessarily all. Some of them, the calculations are kind of inevitable. All right. All right, the annual interest rate on a mortgage on a house assessed at a value of $450 is 5 cents on every dollar. Okay, 5 cents on every dollar is literally 5%. 5 cents on every 100 cents. Yeah, sorry. 15? Okay. Right, good. And then subtract it. Yeah, it's more efficient because if you take out 95% of something, you're left with 5%. I totally agree with that. Right? And then you just had to find 95% of 1850. How easy was that without a calculator? Easy enough? Okay, cool, no problems. And yeah, that's perfectly fine. So yeah, that's correct. You could find 95% of 1850 because if you take out 5% from something, you're left with 95%. All right? Okay, the annual interest rate on a mortgage on a house assessed at a value of $450,000 is 5 cents on every $1. Right? So 5 cents on every $1 is literally 5%. Right? What is the interest paid on the mortgage in the first year? So 5% multiplied by 450. Sorry, one sec. Right, I get in B vibes here. Anybody else? So if we knock out 2 zeros here, knock out 2 here, you're left with 4,500 by 5. So which numbers here seem way too big to be even considered? C and D. So C and D is out. 11,750 is pretty close to 10,000, which is just 2,000 by 5. So that one probably out. 0 by 5 is 0. 0 by 5 is 0. 5 by 5 is 25. Carry the 2. 4 by 5 is 20. Plus the 2 we carry will give us 22.5. Sammy, Wami, what are we going on? Well, I've seen somebody here the same answer, Sammy Wami. Gotta go and fight for it. It's my name. All right. Unknown shy. We're going on. Right. The simple interest on a sum of money invested at 5% per annum for 3 years was 90. The sum of money invested was. Okay. So you can work backwards to the regular simple interest formula. Let's do that first, right? So the simple interest was 90. Simple interest is equal to principal by rate by time all over 100, right? So the first thing we could do here is multiply by 100 to clear out the denominator. Sorry. And then that'll be 5 by 3 is 15, right? So now we have 9,000, and then we can divide by 15 to find P. So 9,000 divided by 15. So which two items you could automatically clear out from here? A and D, right? Because 1350, it can never be 1,000 by this is, 100 by this is 1,500. So 1350 can never be the answer. 54 seems too small, so now we're between B and C. And B seems small as well. But again, if you're not sure about the maths behind it, like some of those things, 3 into 15 goes 5 times, 3 into 9,000 goes 3,000 times, right? So now we have 3,000 over 5. And 5 into 30 goes how many times? 6. So we have 600. All right, cool. There we go again. Right, 18. Okay, we've seen 18 a few times before, so I think we're kind of familiar with how to work that. All right, at the end of any year, a car is worth 5% less than what it was worth at the beginning of the year. So that's depreciation, right? If a car is worth 9,500 at year end, December, what is its value at the start of that same year? Right, so check it. If you take away 5% of something, and this is what Caitlin in the corner was talking about, you're left with 95% of it, right? So what she was saying is that 95% of the value at start is equal to the value at end, which is 9,500. So to find the value at start, what she was saying is, well, you could just divide. You could divide 9,500 by 95%. So of course, when we divide in, what do we, with fractions, what's the protocol? You change divide to multiply, and you invert the divisor. Right, so 95 into 9,500 goes 100 times. And 100 by 100 is simply 10,000. Right? But again, we could eliminate some options here real easily. And you could tell me why. If the car is losing value from the start of the year to the end of the year, right? It means the value of the start of the year was more. So which option is automatically eliminated? Option A. And then 99.95 is also probably not a good thing, because if you found 5% of that and subtracted it, you wouldn't get 9,500. So you're up to 10,000 or 1025. Anyhow, but again, doing the working is the best way to do it, right? Unless you're a bit more familiar with the numbers. Oh, sorry, Christina. Yeah, that's correct. I'm not sure which number it was for, but correct. Okay, a television set costs $350 cash when bought on hire purchase. So we've seen this before. A deposit of $35 is required, followed by 12 monthly payments of $30 each. Okay, let's go from here. So how much money is saved by paying cash? So we need to find out how much money is paid in total on hire purchase. How do we do that? We take the deposit of 35, and what do we add to it? The total of all the monthly installments. How many we had? 12 monthly installments of how much? 30 each. Right, so 12 by 30 will give us 360, and 360 plus 35 is 395. Let me say, but so does not answer here. Of course it's not, because that's not what they asked you for. Was the saving? If we paid $350 in cash instead, how much would we save? $45, which is option D. Yo. 17 is at the bottom. Okay. Talk to me.
Oh, so you could do this one with the regular.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want the next way to do it, what I was thinking is this, right? One second. It's not responding to. Right. Okay. Check it. So the simple interest for 3 years was 90, right? So what that implies is if you take 90 and divide by 3, you'll get 30, which is how much would be 1 year's worth of interest, right? So then you have to ask yourself, well, 5% of what figure will give me $30? And then you can take 30 and divide it by 5%. And then if you do that, right, what's the protocol when dividing with fractions? Take, divide, and then invert, right? 5 will cancel with 30 how many times? 6, and 6 by 100 is? So we have different ways you can work it out. No problems. No problems, you do your thing. Do your thing. Okay, a man's regular pay is $3 per hour up to 40 hours. Overtime is twice the payment for regular time. Well, double. Okay, cool. If he was paid 216, how many hours of overtime did you? Okay, so we have a few layers to do work in here. All right. Hold on. Huh? Did I do blue? Yeah, I did blue right across. So that's the thing. Right. So the first thing, correct. Go ahead. So if you take the 40 hours and you multiply by $3 per hour, we get $120, right? So that's how much for regular time, up to 40 hours. Now, clearly, 216 is more than 120, not so? So if we then do what? We'll take 216 and do what? Minus the 120, that'll give us 96. This will give us the overtime earnings. Now, that's the overtime earnings. They want to know how many hours did he work. What's the overtime rate? Twice the regular rate, right? So if you take 2 and multiply by the regular rate of 3, we'll get $6 per hour. And if we worked, correct, 96, if he earned 96 in total, and your rate is $6 per hour, if you divide, you get 16 hours of overtime. Oops. Okay. Right, and 21 now. 3x minus 4 by x plus 6. All right, so... Oh, yes, that's correct. Right, so we're going to apply distributive law, right? So you're going to multiply minus 4 by x, which will give us minus 4x. And then minus 4 by positive 6, which is what? Minus 24. 3x minus x is... Sorry, 3x minus 4x is minus x. And we have minus 24 here. So that's option B. Okay, right. So let's put that page down to 100%. Okay. In class, people, are we okay with the solution? Sorry, with this page? Any questions? Anybody? Anything? No? All right. Okay. So Olivier and Christine, if you guys are good with that, can you give me a G in the chat? Hey, look, Nikki, see boy. How you going, Nikki? Okay, great, lovely. Sorry. Right. So we're about 1/3 of the way through the paper. I'm going to take a little sip of water here, and we'll proceed. Okay, let's zoom in here. All right, so for number 22, most people's knee-jerk reaction, which is perfectly fine, by the way, is to use basic distributive law. Again, nothing is wrong with that. Let's do it first. So 5 by 2x will give us what? 10x. 5 by minus 1 will give us minus 5. Now that's equal to 35, right? Okay, cool. So how do we solve for x here? So we could start by adding 5 to both sides. And 35 plus 5 will give us what? 40. And then to solve for x, we'd have to divide by 10. Very good. So x is ultimately equal to 4. All right, so that's option D. Right. Right. The other thing you could do, if you feel so inclined, Nikisi, very good, Nikisi, is ask yourself this, right? So we have, sorry, So we have 5 multiplied by 2x minus 1 is equal to 35, right? So the understood operation between the coefficient 5 and the bracket is what? What operation? Multiply, right? So 5 multiplied by something is 35. If you know your times tables, 5 by what is 35? 5 by 7. 5 by 7 is so therefore 2x minus 1 has to be equal to 7. Next, 2x minus 1 is 7. So you're minusing 1 from some number and getting 7. What's the only number you can minus 1 from and get 7? 8. So 2x has to be equal to 8. And this is saying that 2 multiplied by x is equal to 8. What number when you multiply 2 by going to give you 8? 4. Yeah, that's correct. So x had to be equal to 4. So you get the same answer just via a different route. Both ways are perfectly fine. All right. Okay. If x is an integer that satisfies the inequality dot, okay, so, right, so 4 is less than 2x less than or equal to 6. So, again, x is an int, and all the answers here are x, so they want us to get rid of the 2. How is the 2 attached to the x with operation? So to remove it, what we had to do? Divide. And we therefore have to divide everything else by 2 as well. Correct? Option A is correct. What do you do? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. So 2 by 2 is 4 and 2 by 3 is... Okay. Okay. All right, 24. So 3 star 6 is 12 and 2 star 5 is 9. So they're asking you here, instead of trying to find out what these things are, they're giving you what they're equal to, and you have to find out the operation. It's like finding a function, right? So again, if you're not sure what to do, you could go ahead and guess. You could guess each one, right? This is clearly A here, and this is clearly B here. Right? So if you put 6 here, 6 minus 3 is 3, and 4 by 3 is 12. So is that correct? So, but if you put 5 here and 2 here, 5 minus 2 is 3, but 4 by 3 is not 9, so A is out. Right? A squared, 3 squared is 9, 9 minus 6 is not 12. Right? 2 squared is 4, 4 minus 5 is not 9. Right? 6 by 3 is 18, 18 minus 6 is 12, but 2 by 6 is 12, 12 minus 5 is not 9. All right, let's see, 2 by 3 is 6, and 6 plus 6 is 12, so that works. 2 by 2 is 4, 4 plus 5 is 9. Hey, there you go. That last one satisfies both of them. Okay. Right. 25. If p plus q is minus 1 and p by q is minus 6, then what is p cubed plus q cubed? So they give you a simultaneous where you have one linear and one non-linear in a multiple choice. Isn't that crazy? Hold on, is there an easy way to work this? Not if it's only C-sec maths you're doing. P plus q is minus 1. P by q is that. Yeah, y'all wouldn't know cubic expansions. It wouldn't make sense to try and do it. Okay, so we had to solve simultaneously. We have no other way to do it, right? So to do so, okay, how do we go about doing this now? So most people would use a linear equation to substitute for either, to make P or Q the subject, right? So if you carry across the P, you get minus 1 minus P. So Q is equal to minus 1 minus P. Minus p minus 1. So you could sub that inside of here now. So you have p multiplied by minus 1 minus p equal to minus 6. So then you have minus p squared equal to minus 6. You can carry everything over the next side and you get p squared plus p minus 6, which you then have to factorize into p minus 2 by p plus 3. That's equal to 0, and then you get that p is equal to 2 or p is equal to minus 3. And now you have to go and sub that back up inside of here to find the corresponding values of Q. Wow, okay, this is kind of crazy. Let's just follow it through. So again, Q was equal to minus 1 minus P. Right, so if P was equal to 2, right, then Q would be equal to minus 1 minus 2, which is minus 3. Interesting. And then if Q was equal to if P was equal to minus 3, right, Q would be equal to minus 1 minus 3, which is minus 1 plus 3, which gives us positive 2. So, all right, so regardless, all right, adaptation, what's going on? I mean, Sammy Wami, what vibes? Yeah. You have, so regardless, it's you have a value of 2 and a value of minus 3. If you cube minus 2, you're going to get, you're going to get 8. If you cube minus 3, you're going to get minus 27. Right? And it doesn't matter which one is which because they both give you the same thing for P and Q. 8 minus 27 is minus 19. Okay, this seems like a lot of work for a multiple choice question, to be honest. So, yeah. And I'm most interested to know what it is. Please help me help you. Okay. Okay, so what you're saying is that you looked at, okay, so you're looking at, so like if you had to factor as a quadratic, you're looking at, okay, what pair of numbers can I add to give me minus 1? I could also multiply to give me minus 6. So, okay, so we're looking for the factors of minus 6, which could also add up to give us minus 1, right? Okay, so, okay, yeah, wow, that is actually way simpler. Ooh, my brain didn't even go on it at all. I just see that, hey, simultaneous. Yeah, wow, okay, right. So, of course, if this is negative, one of the factors has to be negative. How do we know which one is which? We let that one be negative. Sorry, the larger factor is the same sign there. So this one here seems to work, right? P plus Q, right? Minus 3 and 2, right? So again, it wouldn't matter which one is which. If P is 2 and Q is minus 3 or vice versa, you'll still get the same values of minus 1. Okay, yeah, there you go. So then you could cube 2, and you could cube minus 3 and then add them. Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you very much. That makes a lot more sense than all of that working in the orange and the green. Wee boy. No, Ollie, no. Right. It's all right. Let's take a look at this solution in the blue there. All right. All right. So let me go up to 26 now, right? Hold on. I don't know if Sammy heard me. Okay, let's go again. 26. The distance L that an elastic string is stretched by hanging an object of mass m varies directly as the mass of the object. Okay, so you have some direct variation here now. What? Okay. So the distance L varies directly as the mass. So L varies directly as the mass of the object, which means that L is equal to some constant multiplied by the mass of the object. Right, if a 5 kilogram object stretches the string 31 centimeters, how far will a 29 kilograms? Okay, cool. So to me, you could just divide 29 by 5 actually. I don't think that'll give you an answer. So let's take a look. So the length is 31, and that's equal to k multiplied by 5, right? Okay. So you're going to get 31 over 5, which is 6.2. Right? And 6.2 is the answer there. Look at that. So a 29 kilogram object, right? Okay, so L therefore would be equal to 31 over 5, which is k, then multiplied by 29. It's Just me or just like some weird multiplication and division to do in a. All right, so I guess we're going to do multiplication division. So 31 by 29 would be 630. That's a 9, that's a 27. That's 909, and we divide that by 5, right? 909 divided by 5. Why do I feel like this is not going to... No? The division wrong or the multiplication? 630, 279. Uh-huh. Right. 80 divided by 5. Right. So 31 over 5, yeah? And then multiply by 29. So that's 6. Okay, let's try and set 6.2 by 29. So 29 by 6.2, right? 9 by that is, so put a 0, put a 4, then 17, then that's 8, and then that's 5. Yeah, so 179.8. So that's option D. Okay. All right, yeah. So something was going wrong there, clearly. Okay, so we can just get out. All right, 5 decided by. I think that's the correct kind of change of it. Okay. All right, 26. But what boy? 20. So the COVID you had it rough, boy, in more ways than one. Okay. Anyhow, the question wasn't that bad. I said I clearly am tired, so making mistakes and nothing's not clicking. But anyhow, we'll see if we could remedy that. Okay, given that A is that, then 3A. Okay, so all you're doing with a scalar multiplication is you're multiplying each of the elements by the scalar. Yeah, divide. Yeah, I figured so. Unknown 86, 80. All right, so 3 by 1 will give us 3. 3 by 9. 3 by 3 is 9. 3 by minus 3 is minus 9. 3 by 3 again is 9 in front, and a 0 and 15. Hey, oh, well that looks just like that one then. All right, cool. Yeah, so it's just scalar multiplication with matrices. So you're just scaling up all of the objects, all of the elements, sorry, by the same constant. All right, the determinant of P. Right. So we have 8 by 5, and then we have to minus, 6 by 7. Right? Come on, Philip. Right. So we have 8 by 5, then minus 6 by 7. 8 by 5 is 40, 6 by 7 is 42, and 40 minus 42 is itself minus 2. Okay. All right, so that was page 4, 22 to 28. So that was 7 questions. All right, in class, people, are we okay with those 7 items? Do you need me to re-explain or rework any of them? You okay with them? Yeah? Okay, all right, Google Meet. Right, Olivia and Christina. Yeah, so I know Olivia wasn't too happy with question 25. Christina, let me know. Right, hey, look my wife. Who's that now? Hello, babe. Was the food good? Right. Hey, Shay, how you doing? All right, I'll print that paper for you. Where did I put that paper? Hold on. That's no problem. On the other time, I had an exam or something. Right. Yeah, we You know what? I'll do one-sided so that it finishes faster, right? Yes. Yeah. So we work in the May 2020. We saw a couple of new questions so far. A couple of them were a little intense, to be honest. Right. So what you can do if you want, you can just follow along as we go along. But I'll tell you one time. So this same page 1, 2, 3, 4. Question 25 and 26. Most of the others, okay, so 24, 25, and 26, right? On this page, no, this page had plenty repeats. Yeah, the first two pages was like Sakai, so you had to worry about that. So page 4 is where some of the money is there. Sorry, this page. Yeah. And I went and worked on a whole factor quadratic thing, and then Genevieve was like, so just, you know, like when you do a quadratic, you could look at the factors of A by C. That's all right. So that was actually the easiest way to do. So that was in the blue. All right. Okay. So you could bring it from and I'll staple it for you, and then I'll lay it sit down so we could start working together. Yeah. I just did single side so it finished print faster now. Wait, what's all this? Oh no, this is for later. Right, this one is yours. Yeah, I figured I'd print out 2021 one time, so I'll wait. Yeah, and then question 1 here was the same question one from yesterday too. Minus 3 squared plus minus 2 squared, that sounds familiar, right? Yeah. That's correct. Okay, right, so we're on page 5, so we're on page 29, so we're about halfway through, right, just about halfway through, or almost halfway through. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, two vectors, P and Q. The vector P minus Q, okay, well that one is relatively simple. So you take 3 and you'll minus 2 and 7 and then minus 5. 3 minus 2 becomes 3 plus 2, which is 5. 7 minus 5 is 2, so 2, 5, right? 5, 2, sorry. Which is option C, right? So, again, some simple stuff. All right, item 30 refers to the following diagram of triangle PQR, in which L is the midpoint, right? L is the midpoint of PR and QP, so QP has vector A. All right, bring it down. Is that 2021? Yeah, it is. Oh, well, hold this for later one time now. I'll put the 2020 print, sorry. 2020, there you go. Yeah. No sound detected. Okay, TikTok, calm down. Cool. What did you? Okay, 3 to 15. Okay, cool. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Right. So sorry, we had vector. Right. So we had vector A, vector B. Okay, cool. Now, when L is the midpoint, what does that do to that line segment? It cuts it exactly in half, right? So PL and PR and LR will be half of PR. So PL expressed in terms of A and B. So PL. So first things, PL lies on PR. And what fraction of PR is it? Correct. So PL is equal to 1/2 of PR. Okay, I'll fix that for you right now. $29? Yes. Right, so PL expressed in terms of A and B is, let's see. Right, and then so we gotta find PR now. So PR means that you go from P to Q and then Q to R. Yeah, correct. So big letters and small letters and then there you go. Right, there you go. Right, so to go from P to Q, that's traveling along the QP line, right? Is there a vector along that line? Well, along that line, you have a vector A. But which direction does it go? From P to Q or Q to P? Q to P. So if we want to go from P to Q, we'd have to do what? We have to invert the vector. So hold on, let me make a big letter statement first, right? So to go from P to R, we'd have to go first from P to Q. And then from Q to R. All right, P to Q. So P to Q is the inverse of QP. And then we just add QR to that. So the inverse of QP is putting a minus sign in front of it. And then B. All right. And then you could also write it as B minus A. So that's PR. So this here is the PR. So again, PL is equal to 1/2 of PR, which is a half by B minus A, technically over 1. So this will become B minus A over 2. Option A. Okay, cool. That's 30. All right, so give us a couple of nice easy ones here to kind of take a little break on. Okay, the length 3,800 millimeters expressed in meters, right? So to go from millimeters to meters, we have to divide by 1,000. All right? Hey, Chloe, thank you. Hey, M, hey, Kenzie, right. And of course, we'll shift the decimal point 1, 2, 3 spaces back to the left. So the answer here is simply 3.8, which is option B. Right, the volume of a cube with edge 10 centimeters. Okay, so the volume of a cube is simply side by side by side, or side cubed. No coincidence, that's why they call it cubing. So 10 to the power 3 is simply 1,000. All right, hey Paris, that's correct, very good. The distance around the edge of a circular pond is 88 meters. The radius is, all right, so just take a glance at the answers, right? They're not asking for the actual value. They're asking for it in terms of pi. Okay, so check this, right? What did we just work with? Right. Okay, so the distance around the edge of a circular pond, so that's circumference, right? Circumference is pi by diameter, or 2 pi by r. So to find r, you could remove the 2 pi, not so? How do we do that? We could simply divide. So we divide by 2 pi. I see in Rio C and D, Little Red C and D. All right. A Cheryl Spice boy going on. Right, so now we have 88 over 2 by pi. 2 will cancel 88 4 times. No, actually we don't need to do that because look, they didn't cancel any answer. They just gave us 88 over 2 pi, not so? Right, so they kind of lessened our work for us there. All right, cool. All right. Kurt Wiggins, boy, we're going on Kurt. All right. 34 now. They want the volume of the cylinder. Again, if you look at the options, they're all in terms of what? In terms of pi, right? So we will also give them in terms of pi. All right, let's take a look here now. 34 is okay, no problem. Right, so the volume, whoops, hold on one sec. So the volume of a cylinder is equal to the area of the circular face, then multiplied by the height. So that's pi multiplied by 3 squared, then multiplied by 8. 3 squared is what? 9, and then 9 by 8 is 72. So we have 72 pi cubic centimeters, which is option C. There you go, the KC. Right, good job. He's not some fancy stuff around his name, boy. Or someone, what's going on? Right, so that was this page here. Right, signed, sealed, and delivered. Okay, in class, people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How are we feeling with this page here? Any questions, anybody, anything? Good? All right. Okay, so Olivier and Christina, sorry. Give me a Genie chat if you're good with that, please and thanks. If you need me to explain, let me know. So, yeah. All right, lovely. Let's go on again. Right, item 35, not drawn to scale. It was a sector of a circle with center O. Okay. Right, we have a 60-degree angle. Okay, if the length of the minor arc is 8 centimeters, what is the circumference of the circle? Okay, the length of the minor arc is, so again, the minor arc is a fraction of the circumference, and that fraction is dictated, well, maybe not dictated, but given by the angle in the sector, because what's the sum of all the degrees in a circle? 360. So if you take 60 and put it over 360, you get the fraction of the entire circle that is the sector, right? So 60 over 360 multiplied by, let's put C for circumference, right? And they tell us that that's the arc length, right? Theta over 360 by circumference, that's equal to 8. So now 60 over 360 could cancel along to 1/6. So 1/6 by C is equal to 8. So technically you have C over 6 is 8, right? And to solve for C, what would we do? We would multiply by 6, which will give us C, 48. Okay. Yeah, 35 is C. Good job. The Reds and Nikki C. Okay, a man leaves home at 22:15 hours and reaches his destination at 400 on the following day in the same time zone. How many hours did the journey take? Okay, 22:15, yeah, is 10:15 in the night, right? So check it. Paris, correct? So, correct. So 22:15 to 23 will give us 45 minutes, right? Then 23 to, well, not 24, but 0 will give us 1 hour. 0 to 1 is the next hour. 0 to 2 is what? A third hour. Sorry, not 0 to 2, 1 to 2. Sorry about that. Then 2 to 3 will give us, and then 3 to 4, the next hour. So you have 5 whole hours and 45 minutes. And you should know that 45 minutes is 3/4 of an hour. Right? Or, if you think a little differently, you could say, okay, you can either backtrack this to 10 o'clock and say, well, 10 to 4 is 6 hours, and then cut off 15 minutes. So 6 hours minus 15 will give us back 5:45. Or you can say, okay, let's do 10:15 to 4:15. All right, that's 6 hours. Then cut off 15 again, 5 3/4. All right, cool. Thank you, Shani. Right, let's go. No online. Oh, everybody one way. All right, 37. Refers to the diagram below. Hey, just remember of all your question too. You have a square and you have a rectangle and you have
Every time that you would say, oh, this reminds me of DC.
well, yeah, and it had a square and a rectangle and the perimeters were the same. I wonder if it's the same question they bring for you, boy.
No,
I wonder. Right. Item.
I deleted it. Why am I picking up my phone? I deleted that on my phone.
Right, item 37 refers to the following diagram. Okay. Which of the following statements is true about the perimeters? Okay, so perimeter is total distance around, right? So for a square, it's simply 4 times the length of one edge, which is, in this case, 48. And then going around here, 9 plus 16 is 25, and 25 by 2 is 50. Correct, perimeter B is greater than perimeter A, which is option B, yeah? Right, or perimeter A is less than perimeter B, same thing. Okay, so that's it for this page. All right. Okay, in class, people, are we okay with those 3 items? Yes, no, maybe, questions, anybody, anything? No? All right, Christina and Olivier, just give me a quick Genie chat if you good with that, please and thanks. All right. Okay, lovely. Let's go again. All right, let's zoom in on the house. I don't know. Right, item 38 refers to the following diagram, not drawn to scale, which consists of a triangle resting on a square of side 5 centimeters. If the height of the triangle is 4 centimeters, what is the total area of the figure? Right, so you break it up into 2 shapes, the square and the rectangle. What's the formula for the area of a square? Okay, so for this square, what will we multiply? What number we multiply? 5 by 5. So 5 by 5 will give us what? 25. Good. And for our triangle, what's the formula? Right. And this base is one of the sides of the triangle, which means that it is 5. So you have 5 by 4. Is that a child crying? Parrot, yeah. Okay, I'm hoping it's because that kind of screech I heard, I was like, I read around and bust through this door. It sounds like a real bad one. Okay, and of course, what we going to do?
So
We're going to
just
add them
You get
together,
35.
and we get 35 square centimeters. Very good, yes. 35. Right, and we're going to shift across here. Items 39 and 40 refer to the following histogram as a snake's favorite chart, a histogram. Yeah, okay, cool. Right. 39 to 40 refer to the following histogram, which shows the number of children aged 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 who took part in a survey. What was the modal age? So the modal age is the age the most number of students had, which corresponds to the tallest bar, not so? The tallest bar is the bar which hits 5, which is 7 years old, yeah? Okay. Okay. I guess little as you forget to be letter. The modal age is 7, right? How many children took part in the survey? Okay, cool. That's 15, right?
I'm not gonna stop at the 87.
87.
I'm not gonna stop at the
Oh.
87 because
All right, so you had 3 kids here. You had 4. You had 2. You had 5, and you had 1. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. Or as one of my professors or lecturers in U used to say, 15. Yeah. So this guy, Professor Dilip K. Ghosh, came to us with this heavy Indian accent. So like, what part of India from? India, I'm not from India, I'm from Brooklyn. Like Brooklyn and Hyderabad, or like here it have like it have Brazil in somewhere in Southern Trinidad, or like it's California, and then it have a Hollywood somewhere, something. Me even know. Once I from LA, but lower angles, what are you talking about? That freshwater Yankee accent you have there, behave yourself. Biptin, you used to say Biptin. Yeah, they had some affectations, certain things they couldn't pronounce. Like, you all ever heard of a guy called Joe Coy? Okay, he's a stand-up comedian, and he's of Filipino descent, right? But when he's imitating his mom, he doesn't say like words that have like an F in them. So like Filipino, like he would say Filipino, I guess that's their particular speech or whatever. I don't know. Anyhow, that's it for this page. 38, 39, and 40. In class, people, are we okay with what they have on this page?
that reminded me of
Christina and Olivier. Give me a quick G. Uh-huh.
to get the Indian accent, replace your T's with B's.
Oh,
Words.
okay.
Say those.
I guess if you put the little head roll, it might camouflage it too. I don't know. The head rock. Like everybody from India is like one of them bobbleheads. What's your story? Stop it! Ah! Right. Okay, moving along. Okay, Miss Clark. So we are about 2/3 of the way through the paper. We have about a little more than half an hour again to go. Okay, that's cool. Miss Clark, I don't recall Miss Clark. Arrange the 15 test scores of her students in order of size and select the 8th score for reporting purposes. Which of the following statistical measures did Miss Clark obtain? Oh, wait, no, yeah. See my eyes open big. The median, yes. If it's 15 scores, you have 1 to 15. If you take the 8th one, you have 1 to 7, and then you have 9 to 15, each of which is 7. So the median cuts the data set into 2 equal halves. Okay, the pie chart below, drawn to scale, shows how a student used 12 hours in studying English, maths, French, and geography. The amount of time spent studying maths is approximately, well, that looks like almost like a 90, right? Yeah. A 90 is a quarter, right? So a quarter of 12 is 3. Look at how much is that? Maybe.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe.
it's not that, you're just straight right to answer.
Maybe they're better at French. English is a strange language, you know. English is like, I saw it once. Yeah, Nikki, you see, that's correct. Yeah. Somebody was saying English is like three languages, in a trench coat, pretending like the minions. They'd pile on top of each other and put a trench coat, pretend to be one language. And I short tell you, okay, how you spell argue? A-R-G-U-E. How you spell morgue? M-O-R-G-U-E. So why you can't argue any morgue? Right? Was it plural of house? Houses. Was it plural of mouse? Mice. So where you can have mouse is in the house, you understand? Was it plural of the word foot? Was it plural of the word boot? So why can be beat? And they can have foot, you understand? Where all these rules come from? You understand? There are a few others too. Like if a mosquito could fly, why a fly can't mosquito? And if it bites you in the middle, if you in the dark in your room and something bites you, why can't it be a mosquito? Why can't it be a perhaps-quito? And why is it called understand? What am I standing under? This is comprehend. It have a comprehend chicken. If it have comprehends, I don't understand. So me, I know. So English could confuse people. Yeah, well, whatever.
But like he's doing geo and maths, and like that's English language in
Basically, yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah, there we go. All right. 43. All right. If the mean of four numbers, 4, 8, x, and 12 is 10, and x is, okay. So to find the mean, what do? We add up all the numbers and then divide by the total number of numbers. So, go. Like a smooth, just jump off a cliff there, right? So we have 4 plus 8 plus x plus 12. Just now, let me see if I could actually, where do you highlight? Yeah, that piece there. Cool. Rename puns. English. What is that?
When they're counting, like how many words are in a language, right? Because I saw a video where they did they count the words in a language that come from another language with a meaning in the language
Yeah.
that they're counting?
Yeah. Because if you look in the dictionary, you'll see it, right? That's how I would count it.
Because I know sometimes people from the language will correct you, and then you're like, we use this word
Differently.
Yeah, but sometimes they just pulled it straight from the other language.
That's
It
true.
got its own meaning and it became its own word. I will never get over how many things became
4 and 8. Oh, sorry. I'm going to divide, we get 10, right? Okay. So let's do two pieces of work in here at the same time. 4 by 10 is what? 40. So you multiply by the denominator to clear it out, right? Little reds. Let me see. Unscripted TV, boy, what's going on? 4 and 8 is 12, and 12 and 12 is 24, right? So 24 plus x is 40. So to solve for x, what we have to do? We have to subtract 24 from both sides of the equation, and we get 16. Lovely. Right, so D, so little reds, he was on the borel there. Borel, B-O-R-L-L, borel. Right. Oh, just ask for chai. Yeah. Like people who say naan bread. I want some naan bread. Okay. I don't know what that is, but bread, yeah. All right. Item 44 refers to the following table, which shows the results of a survey of 100 persons from two major ethnic groups, P and R. Okay. Is that what, Porter and Recon? I don't know. Respondents were interviewed about their attitude toward mathematics. Okay. All right. Positive, neutral, negative. Okay, cool. So, right. So 60 and 40 are the totals in the respective columns. 37, 20, and 43 are going across in the rows. Either way you do it, if you add 60 and 40, you'll get 100. If you add these three, you'll get 100 as well. Okay. A respondent is selected at random. What is the probability that he has a positive attitude towards mathematics? So the total positive attitudes towards maths is how many? 37. And you're going to put that over the total number of people, which of course will give us 0.37. Yeah? All right, cool. Neek, so going on. Right. The vibes are them gone, boy. No more vibes? The vibes, they're done. The anti-antrobus, boy. a name in accounts SBAR Antrobus. I was like, where did that come from, boy? All right, cool. 41, 42, 43, and 44. Some statistics thing here. You all okay with this particular page? Yeah? All right, Google Meet. Olivier and Christina's going to give me a quick Genie chat if you're good with that. It's B. Yeah, B is correct. Oh, is it still there? You all not there? Yeah, you all there? Okay. Let me know if I have to rework anything, It's not a problem. Okay. All right, so we're just about 3/4 of the way through the paper. I think we should be able to finish this off before 6, and we'll take a short break, and then organize 2021 thereafter. Okay, 45. Which of the following diagrams best illustrates a function? Okay, so what they're testing here is your knowledge of functions versus relations, right? Hey, Brianna, good afternoon. How you doing? Right. So you can have a one-to-one, a one-to-many, a many-to-one, or a many-to-many. The one-to-one and the many-to-one, those are functions. The one-to-many and the many-to-many, those are just relations that are not functions. All right. Okay, cool. So which of the following diagrams best illustrates a function? So it can be A, because from the second item in A, you're going to two different things. So that's a one-to-many. You also can do it in B. C is the worst of them all. D is the only one here. So it's only in D you have one item in the domain going to one and only one in the range. So that one is D for sure. For sure, man. For sure. What is going on? Behave yourself. Where you going? Where you going? Right. Leg. Where? Do that. All right. Cool. Yeah. Hope that cleared up for your little reds. Nalini, what's going on with me? You're good? All right, there we go again. Item 46 refers to the following graph of a straight line. Okay, so we have a straight line of color. Right. The straight line AB cuts the y-axis at what point there? Well, the y-axis is the vertical axis, not so? So it cuts it here. And what's the coordinate there? -2. So the two coordinates would be 0 and -2. Very good, yes. Right, that's the y-intercept. And on the y-axis, the x-coordinate is always equal to 0. As the equation of the y-axis, as a matter of fact, x equal to 0. So at every point on the y-axis, x is 0. Right, item 47 refers to the following graph of a straight line. Okay, AB. Let's give that one a little color too, shall we? Let's go back to pink. Why not? Okay, honest. A little voice outside. Okay. The gradient of AB in the graph of. Okay, so gradient is the vertical change over the horizontal change. Right, so how many horizontal spaces do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many verticals we have? 1, 2. So vertical over horizontal is 2 over 4, which is a half. Right, and you could always use your formula, right? Which is the gradient is the change in y, so y2 minus y1 over the change in x, x2 minus x1. Right, so the coordinates of A are 2 and 1. The coordinates of B are 6 and 3. Right, so you could do 3 minus 1 over 6 minus 2. 3 minus 1 is 2, 6 minus 2 is 4, and 2 over 4 is a half, which is option B. Right. Okay. 47B. Yes, Brianna, that's correct. Very good. Good job. Right. Wow, I have 2,000 likes on this thing. That's pretty cool. Thanks very much, guys. Appreciate it. Wow. Okay, that was weird. Sorry, I have a little thing on my finger there. It's kind of swollen. All right. Okay, in class, people, are we okay with this page 45, 46, and 47? Any questions? Anybody? Anything? No? All right, cool, no problem. Google Meet, Christina and Olivier, just kindly give me a G in the chat if you're good with that. If you need me to re-explain any of them, let me know. Not a problem. All right, thank you, Christina. All right, Ollie, let me know when you get a chance, right? right, 48 to 53. Okay, if f of x is 2x squared minus 1, then f of minus 3, right? So functions, these things are simple substitutions, right? So we'll just put 2 by x squared, then minus 1. So when you square something, what are you actually doing? Multiplying it by itself. Minus 3 squared will give us a 9, positive 9. So 2 as 9. 2 by 9 is 18. 18 minus 1 is 17. 48C, that's correct, Nikisi. Very good. Okay, let's scale that back down. Let's use a brighter green here. Okay, cool. Right, 49 to 50 refer to the following quadratic function. Okay, that actually seems quite clear. Quite, well, more clear than usual. Clearer than usual, right. The values of x at the points where the curve cuts the line y equal to 0. The line y equal to 0 is the x-axis. So remember we just saw that x equal to 0 is the y-axis. So y equal to 0 is the x-axis. So let me see if I can put that one a little in a slightly brighter color so it stands out a bit more. Right? Now I think we could clearly see that the curve, so let me put the curve in a different color too, right? So the curve, I don't know how this is going to come out. Oh, nope. Stop that. Stop it. Right, cool. Right, so let's see if we could just get that curve. All right, not bad. Right, so we could clearly see that this cuts it in two places, right? We see that every paper we did. Every paper. No, it's the same. They don't change it. I feel like I have some questions they could change and some they don't know how to change. Like, I think chances are you'll probably see it, to be honest. Right, so x equal to 0 and x equal to 4, so that's option A, right? Boom. Good job, Nikki. Rihanna, yo. Probably my son and my niece. Yeah, I think I was hearing two different voices there. Okay, no, so sorry, 50. The maximum point, okay, maximum point also relatively easy. Let's do that in a different brighter color as well, right? So the maximum point, of course, no, stop it. Right, is here. 2 on the x and 4 on the y. Yeah, that looks like option D. That is correct. Yeah, that is him. You want to go somewhere? Complaining. Yeah, that is him. All right, a parking lot charges $1 plus 25 cents for every hour or part thereof which a vehicle is parked. A function, oh, okay, this is interesting. That represents the cost of parking is what? Okay. All right, so it's $1 plus 25 cents for every hour. So you'll multiply 0.25 by h. So that's option C. Right, 0.25h, 25 cents per hour, plus $1. So like $1 to come in and 25 cents per hour to stay. All right, cool. Simple enough. So that's a new one. Okay. This one, which of the following best describes the function? 2 maps onto 5, 5 maps onto 8, 8 maps onto... Doesn't this remind us of the question you start on the first page with the tickets and they sold 3 more every day? Because 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 3 is 11, etc., right? Yeah, so this one is just a simple y equal to x plus 3. Okay, cool. Correct, Nikisi, very good. If the sum of the interior angles of a polygon is 4 right angles, then the polygon is a quadrilateral. 4 right angles, what is the value of a right angle? How many degrees? 90, right? So if you have 4 right angles, you have 4 by 90, which gives us 360. And that would be like for a square, for a rectangle, which are both quadrilaterals, right? Okay, all right. That's it for this page. Okay, in class, people, are we okay with this page, right? Page 12, from 41 to 53. Any questions? Anybody, anything on any of them? We good? Sorry, who that? Uh-huh. Okay. sorry, just give me a quick minute. Yeah, sorry, just right. Okay, sorry, Olivier and Christina. If you guys go with this page, just give me a quick genie chat, please, and thanks. Okay, brilliant. Let's go. Right, 54 and 50. Sorry, 54 to 50. Okay. Oh, they push these questions up, boy. Normally these are like later down. All righty then. Let's take a look and see what we have. Right. Item 54 refers to the following diagram of a right angle triangle. Okay, so we have two sides. We have this 4 and this 8. That 8 is the what? The hypotenuse, because it is the length opposite the right angle. In the right angle triangle above, which trig ratio is equal to 4 over 8? Right. So if you consider that this side of 4 is opposite to the angle x, and again, this side here is opposite to the right angle, which makes it the hypotenuse. Putting 4 over 8 is the same as putting the side opposite x over the hypotenuse. And that will give us sine x. So that is option E. Right. Item 55 refers to a following triangle. So, yeah, Nikisi, good job. Right. Brianna, 54A. Vibe is 55B. Hey, Vibe, they come back, boy. All right. Right. Isosceles, which means that these two lengths are equal. And yeah, the two. Oh, this is the inverse of a question from yesterday. Yesterday, they gave us the item at the top and asked for the two angles below. Okay. Okay, so was this sum of all the angles in a triangle? 180. So all we have to do is add the two 30-degree angles together, or just correct. So we have 180 minus 60, which is 120 degrees. Very good. Yes, Nikisi, very good. Good job. So 120. All right, 56 now. Okay, let me put this in a slightly brighter color so it's a bit easier to see. Right, so we... Oh, stop it. No, undo that. Right. Okay. That's on like kilo. Can I do a green? All right. Okay, right. So we have a pink going to green. So the type of okay, sorry, let's go back to the top of the question here, right? So it refers to the following diagram, which shows a transformation of maps OPQ, the pink, onto O prime, P prime, Q prime, the green. All right. So the type of transformation has taken place is, well, I think we can clearly see that it is a rotation, an anti-clockwise rotation, 90 degrees about the origin, right? A rotation of 90 degrees about the origin. Now, notice it didn't say clockwise or anti-clockwise, eh? The interesting thing is that anti-clockwise is positive 90, clockwise is negative. That's a Triggs thing, right? What's boy doing? Or this girl, I don't know, might be on them, right? Let me just confirm that with Trig, right? I know because it's from hard maths rotating anti-clockwise is positive, but I just want to make sure because I don't want to assume. Yeah. Because if we go left, that's normally negative. If you go right, it'll be positive, right? But this is rotation, so it had a different context here. All right. Positive, yeah, that's correct. Okay. All right. In class, people, are we okay with 54 to 56? Okay. Christina and Olivier, if you guys are good with that, just kindly give me a G in the chat, please and thanks. Let me know you're good. All right, cool. If you need me to re-explain, let me know. No problem. Okay, cool. All right, 57, 58. Left is positive. Correct. Someone says left. Right. Okay, we've seen 57 a few times already. In the diagram, the translation by which AB is mapped onto A prime, B prime. Right. So if you look at it, to go from 2 to 4, that's an increase of 2. Same thing with 5 to 7, an increase of 2. And then with the vertical, 5 to 6 is an increase of 1, and 7 to 8 is also an increase of 1. So 2, 1. Hey, Kristen, even how you doing? So 2, 1 is your translation vector, horizontal component of 2, vertical component of 1. 1. Right, cool. Item 58 refers to the following transformation, right? Okay. All right, so we clearly have an enlargement here, right? What is the scale factor of the enlargement? So hold on, let me get some colors going, right? So A, C, B, right? And then let's do an orange now, why not? Right, so we scale up from pink to orange. Right, in doing so, right, so the scale factor is how many times bigger. So correct someone, right? So yeah, if you look at this here, that's just 1 unit, and the corresponding length across here is 2. So that's double. And again, if you cross check it, this vertical is 2 units, and the corresponding vertical is 4. So yeah, so you scale up by a scale factor of 2. That's correct. All right, and then 59 to 60, and we'll take a short break. All right, so some more similar triangles here, boy. Okay, cool. Let's take a look. All right. So when triangles are similar, they have the same values for what we call the corresponding angles, right? And then we have corresponding lengths, right? So here, so 6 will match on to 3, right? Now clearly, to go from 6 to 3, when you're scaling down, is multiplying by a half or dividing by 2. Now they're asking MO. MO is this length here, right? That corresponds to AC. And it's the same scale factor. You have to multiply by a half or divide by 2. That's going to give us 3.5. Right? And the last question. Very good, Brianna. I see your stuff there. Good job. Right. Item 60 refers to the following diagram. Okay. So the diagram of not drawn to scale, right, shows that the angle of depression of a point X from Z is 30 degrees. Right. Now, the interesting thing here is that, yeah. Yeah. So you have 2 parallel lines because the horizontal line of sight is parallel to the horizontal ground, right? Yeah. Can you also look at it like seeing how much you can get out of a bigger triangle? Okay. I think I take your point. Like how many you could break it down into? Okay, big to small. Yeah. You could. Yeah. All right, cool. Sorry. Let's use a brighter green here, shall we? Right. And then, of course, you have this transversal cut in them. So when you do that, we have these Z angles appearing, not so? All right, cool. Right. So this angle here would also be equal to 30 degrees. Good. Right. Now, what is the question asking? Diagram above, right, not drawn to scale, shows this angle of depression. If X is 10 meters from Y, which is showing us here, right, the height YZ in meters, okay. Now, the green line is opposite the right angle, which makes it the hypotenuse in the triangle. Relative to 30, the 30-degree angle, this side is opposite, and this side down here is adjacent. Now, the only ratio that uses opposite and adjacent is tan. So tan 30 would be equal to YZ all over 10. And to solve for y's, you would multiply by 10 on both sides. We didn't even need to go that far because there's only one answer that has tan in it, not so? But just in case you wanted to see it to completion. Okay, cool. All right, so in class, people, are we okay with the two questions on this page here? Okay. Olivier and Christina, are we okay with those two? Let's give them a quick G. All right, cool. All right, lovely. Okay, so here what? Brianna, very good. So what we're going to do now, folks, is we're going to take a little break. So we'll have a little more than 30 minutes because we'll start back at 6:30. I will try to start back at 6:30, right? We'll do 2021 after we start back, and then we'll meet tomorrow for our last two sessions. Okay, so Christina and Olivier, I'll use the same link. So I'm coming off now. I'll see you all in about 40 minutes. Bye. Okay, YouTube, all right?